Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into the Four Bros Radio Show. We're live with you here tonight. It's Monday, August 1st. It's August 1st, guys. Kind of crazy that it's August 1st already, don't you think?
Time goes by quick.
But you do know what August 1st means, right?
We're 4 weeks out from NFL football.
That's exactly what August 1st means.
Or 4 days out, 3 days out, somewhere in there.
You know, I gotta say, I'm not usually a fan of the preseason, but I usually have to tune in for at least part of the game on the Hall of Fame game, just because it's the first game of the year.
Yeah.
I always have to watch a little bit of it just to get back in the groove of football. Yeah. So, also it means it's coming into the best 2 months, well, 3 months really, but it's the final stretch in baseball.
The dog days of baseball.
Dog days of baseball, yep. And we got some good things going on. We had some trades today. But let's go around and introduce everybody first before we start talking about all of that. Of course, I'm J-Mac up here. And real quick, I kind of want to talk about real quick, everyone introduce yourself, but introduce how you got your handle that you go by on the show. Because it's something that I took my two of my girls to a music festival this weekend, and they asked me how I got this moniker. And so I explained to them that when I was in high school, we all used to be part of the MAC Club, M-A-C. And so that's where I got J-Mac from, because I was known as J-Mac in high school there. So that's where my moniker came from on that. So mess around.
Okay, so mine, I got it from your kids have a little bit to do with mine. So do mine, and so do everybody else's kids. So we're down at the softball field, and we're supposed to be having this serious team discussion about how bad we did or whatnot. Instead of paying attention, I'm over there chasing all the kids around, and Big Dog Greg, he goes, hey, mess around. Stop messing around. Get over here. Ever since he said that, the name just kind of stuck. So that's where mess around comes from.
And it's true. I was there. I saw it happen. And it was like at that moment that we're like, wow, that's awesome. And it just stuck. And we've called him Mess Around Dave ever since. I wouldn't know him any other way, honestly. Sometimes people call him Dave, and I'm like, who is that? Who are you talking about? So, Chris?
Yeah. So, the crispy bacon kind of thing kind of came from, the network. I think maybe it was on Four Bros. I can't remember. But I know it was on one of the shows, and I think you guys asked, if I like bacon and what, how it was, and that's kind of how it stuck.
Completely agree. I believe the question was, Chris, do you like bacon? And then do you like frying bacon naked? I believe was the questioning. And from that moment, it was...
That was exactly the question.
Yeah.
And then it was, I do like bacon. So then it became crispy bacon at that point.
Yep.
And we wouldn't know him any other way. So...
There you go.
Hi, Randy.
Wow. There's a sighting for sore eyes.
I know.
Mr. Randolph Wayne Cox is here tonight. And he's not going to like that, but I don't really care because Randolph Wayne Cox, also known as Dragon Viper, and I never really understood where Dragon Viper came from, but
it probably has to do with the Randy Orton thing.
I'm sure. But you know what's funny is that we're here. While he's here watching, I could talk about this a little bit. This is a guy that I worked with, and Randolph Wayne, by the way, is his first and middle name. And he used to tell me that his first name was normal and his middle name was weird. And his first name is Randolph. So I could never figure that one out, by the way. Yeah, so that gives you a little insight into Dragon Viper. Now, real quick, I want to talk about. I want you each to talk about a deal that your team has made that's made you happy so far with the Major League trade deadline being. Chris, correct me before we do this. Isn't it
Yeah.
tomorrow at 5:00?
I believe so.
Deadline.
Yeah. Yep.
Deadline's tomorrow at 5. Okay, so go ahead and talk about a deal that your team made today that makes you happy.
I don't think Rangers made any right now.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So you don't have much to say. Here comes Big B. As Big B comes on, Big B, we're live. And so before we answer the question I asked, Big B, I want to ask you where your moniker comes from that you have here on the show. We've all said where we got all of ours from. So where did your handle, your moniker, whatever you want to call it, where did that develop from?
Pretty much just because I've always been the biggest kid around, so Big B's always been that, and Double Dirty Big B because on this show, it's after dark 30, so we get dirty. So why not?
All right, no, sounds good. So then the second question, what we were just talking about is, and Chris didn't have anything to say because his Rangers are the Rangers. Per se. And hi, Christy. Welcome into the show. We got you and Dragon Viper both watching us. We appreciate that, along with everyone else. We appreciate you watching. If you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you're watching us, we thank you for joining. So, question I had asked was, name a move that your team has made at the trading deadline that you're happy about as far as baseball goes. And Chris didn't have anything to say because the Rangers didn't make a move. So, Big B, why don't you tell us what the Twins have done?
They put Sano on the 10-day DL. That's about it.
Okay. All right, mess around. Here's your moment.
All right, so we traded. I'm kind of happy and sad about this one because of who we let go. I'm happy we got Ian Happ and Michael Gibbons from the Cubs. Happ will give us an outfield guy at the corner outfield and right field and a bat. And Gibbons will give us someone in the bullpen. But I'm disappointed we let Giannis Cespedes go. But to make a deal, you got to give someone away. To get something, you got to give away something. So
that's true. That's true. And I know that Mess Around knows where I'm going with this one.
Yep.
So the Braves finally got rid of Will Smith.
That is the most ridiculous trade I've ever heard of.
Oh, man. I mean, this year we were calling him I Willie like to give up runs. So he is gone. We got a reliever. Oh, man, what was the guy's name? I just had it before the show. Ron Izzy from the Astros. So he's a middle reliever, but at least we got someone in the bullpen in return. But I am happy that Will Smith is gone.
Also, I'm happy we made another deal. We got rid of our backup catcher, Reese McGuire, who's really terrible. I'm so glad he's gone because the guy can't hit. And we got a reliever from the Red Sox. We got Jake Diekman.
All right. Definitely depth this time of year is the biggest. I mean, wouldn't you guys rather have a problem of having too many guys that can start versus not enough at this time of the year?
Yeah, I don't know what that feels like. I mean, we got 5 starters and none of them seem to want to start. We got a bullpen that doesn't seem to want to get anybody out. So, what's that like?
Well,
I'm in the same boat.
I mean, we have so Atlanta's sitting in a pretty good spot as far as starting pitching goes. We have Spencer Strider, who could be the rookie of the year as far as pitchers go. He has started half as many games as Fried or Kyle Wright this year, and he has 4 less strikeouts than Fried does. So he definitely is a power pitcher. But we have Strider that could be rookie of the year. Fried and Kyle Wright could both be the Cy Young Award in the NL. They both have pitched really well. Kyle Wright's 13-4 by the way, if no one knows that.
You know, I'm really impressed with this Dylan Cease. 11-4 for the White Sox. Dude is
That-
Cy Young candidate.
It's true. Definitely. And that's the thing. And isn't he pitching like a .48 ERA or .84 ERA in his last 11 starts or something like that?
Yeah,
just
it's insane.
So definitely some Cy Young guys there. But so what to you guys? Let's sort this out. What to you almost guarantees you the Cy Young in a year?
Like, who do we think's for sure going to be the Cy Young?
So if you're looking at
Stat
just the
wise?
numbers, stat wise, so you cover up everyone's name and you look at their stats. What's the biggest stat that jumps out at you?
ERA, for sure. A low ERA.
But that's tough. I mean, you know, I guess if you got the wins with less losses and a low ERA, that would stand out. But again, you know, take Dennis Eckersley. I mean, low ERA with a bunch of saves. You know, so I guess it would be a combination of what Messerell said with ERA, but wins/saves, I guess, would be also up there. J-Mac just went on mute.
You're on mute, Jay Mackey.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I kind of get that, but I kind of don't on the wins part. And you're entitled to your opinion, and I would never tell you you're wrong, Brandon.
Yeah.
Opinion. But all I'll say is that for me, it is more ERA and WHIP, really, like walks and hits per inning, because you take a guy like he pitched in Seattle. Help me out with the name. Felix Hernandez.
Hernandez, yeah. King
He won.
Felix.
He won a Cy Young award and had 12 wins on a season.
Yep.
Because he was the best pitcher, but he got no run support. You take a Jacob deGrom.
Yep.
Jacob deGrom averages like 2.4 runs per game as far as run support, but he's a dominant
I
pitcher.
couldn't tell you how many years when we had Chris Sale, he was like that. He had low ERA, but losing.
No, and I get what you guys are saying, and I do agree. ERA, you know, is definitely like a one that stands out there, you know, and you know, if the ERA is around the same, then you're going to look at the wins. You know, if somebody has 12 wins compared to somebody that has, you know, a 500 record, you know, the one with the 12 wins is probably going to get it, you know. So, I get what you're saying, J-Mac. I mean, I definitely agree with you.
And I hear what you're saying, Big B, but let me throw this one at you. So if you got a guy that's got a low ERA, he's got a 500 record, but he pitched 180 innings, and the guy that has 12 wins with around the same ERA only pitched 150 innings. Are you going to look at innings pitched also in that? Are you going to kind of look at everything, or are you just going to go with the wins? And I'm just asking your opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong at all.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're going to probably have to break it down a little bit more if they're comparable everywhere down. I mean, you probably even have to look at the team's wins, you know. So, I mean, yeah, it's a debate that, you know, every voter or everyone who decides is going to have a different agenda and order that they're going to think about. But I do agree. I think ERA is up there. You know, WHIP is probably up there too, and then it probably comes down to saves and wins, loss record, you know, and then probably team wins, you know, so innings pitched. So, I mean, yeah, there's different criteria, and just I guess the way you organize them is what it's going to come down to.
Sure, I can understand that. So, man, I had a thought. I was just going to ask. Something and I forgot. Yeah, I know it did. It did so bad. Oh, surprise move of the day. What move surprised you guys more than any other? I think I know where everyone's going to go with this, but
Hader going from the Brewers to the Padres. I mean, the Padres are in first place, 3 games up, and you're going to trade your all-star closer, best closer in the game. It just does not make sense to me.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. When you're talking
No,
about
I don't
the
think it made
Brewers-
a whole lot of sense to the Brewer fans either.
Yeah, like Mess Around just pointed out. I mean, the Brewers are up 3 games in their division, best closer in baseball, and you just traded him away to the Padres. And you didn't.
And I think that's what kind of surprised me with the Twins is, we're a game up, we're struggling, we're up and down, and we didn't make any moves right now. So
Right.
We got
and I
tomorrow.
don't expect them to make any moves tomorrow. So
I don't know. Where do we think Soto's going to go?
I've said it
Anywhere
all
but
along. I
Texas.
hope the Mariners get in on this and get him. I want to see him as a Mariner.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think he's going to go to the Cardinals.
For me, it's anybody but the Mets. I just don't want to end him.
they won't trade him. But the Mets would have to offer up like twice as much as what everybody else would offer up to get him in the division. I'm with Mess Around. I would go Mariners or the Cardinals are probably my leader. The Padres didn't give up much to do the swap for Hader, so they still could be in play.
Yeah. So real quick before we take our break and run the ads, one last question, guys. So I know this is kind of being a homer and asking an Atlanta question, but it's not just them; it's happened with also. So it kind of throws in the whole league. So we saw today. By the way, Austin Riley for Atlanta is an MVP, a legit MVP candidate. Around a 300 average, 29 homers, 70 RBIs this far into the season. He plays every day. He's also got 30 doubles. I mean, you look at the guy, and so he signed a contract today, a contract extension with Atlanta, 10 years and $221 million. So did you tell me that the Braves got him for a cheap deal with the numbers he puts up?
I would say so. If I was that guy, I'd wait. I would have waited to hit the market. I think he could have done so much better. He could have got. I mean, the numbers he got are awesome, amazing, but I think he could have got so much more.
Well, I was thinking that. It's saying is how the Nationals offered Soto 15 years, $440 million.
Oh, wow.
And he turned it down. So $440 million for 15 years. That's crazy. But
Right.
But what my follow-up question on that is, we're seeing a lot more of this, a lot of hometown discounts. So we've seen it twice this year with Jose Ramirez for the Guardians and now Austin Riley for Atlanta. Do you think we'll see more of that, guys wanting to stay in the same place so they sign for a little bit less to help their teams?
I hope so. I mean, you grew along with your fans, so I mean, it'd be better to stay where you're at if possible.
I think if you're smart and you want to win more rings, why strap your team, like hand tie them to make other moves? Why not take that discount so you can help your team out and go get more players to help your team?
And I agree. And using Atlanta as an example, you could use the White Sox as an example, also mess around. But you look at what in baseball, other than a starting pitcher, because starting pitching is the most important position in baseball, hands down. But other than starting pitching, what's your what's the other two positions you need? To me, that's first base and third base.
For me, I would probably say center field and shortstop.
Those are important as well. But you get your corners. Okay, Big B's back in here. Let's take a quick break. We'll run the ads. I'll come back and talk about the one that we need to add in tonight. And then we'll continue our talk here. Maybe talk about some other things after the break. Chris, go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. All right, thanks for that, Chris. And real quick, if you have a teacher in your life and you want to help out a teacher, remember they have to supply everything for their own classrooms every year. They're not given the budget to do this. So to me, that's a travesty. They are the cornerstone and foundation of our country by giving everyone on the right foot as far as education goes. Please help out a teacher. Go to Teachers Wish List on TikTok. The list number I'd ask you to go help out is 5082 on there. And I just want to remind you that they're not asking for a refrigerator. They're not asking for that. They're asking for dry erase pens, dry erase erasers, pencils, just little things to help out in their classroom. So please, if you get a chance and you're able to, please go do that. That's what we would ask on the show. All right, we talked a lot of baseball before the break. So after the break, we haven't done this in a while. So, guys, we need some therapy, I think. It's been a summer, been a long, hot summer so far. Still got a little bit to go, but some therapy, some things that maybe happen. I wish Sarge was here for this because he always has the best stories. But Big B, I'll start with you. You told us you have an anniversary coming up, and then I'll tell them all some of the ideas we gave you.
Yeah. So August 4th, me and my significant other will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. So we're getting away the next couple days, so I will not be on my normal Tuesday shows. So hopefully they will be able to hold down fort for me. So 10 years milestone that, being that it's my second marriage, kind of didn't think I was going to make, but, it's been up and down. J-Mac, mess around you guys and everybody else that's been married knows, every relationship ain't perfect, but you talk about therapy, it's like, okay, we're putting an addition onto our house, a little office family room thing. And, my wife cannot visualize things that well. She can't look there and be like, okay, yeah, we can put the couch here, we can put that, she needs to see it. So it's hard for her to visualize what I can see on how I want to organize it. So we're kind of, butted heads a little bit on, where stuff's going to be and stuff like that. So, yeah, a little therapy, get away for the weekend, or my weekend, I guess. But, so, yeah. So that's what I got going on.
All right. Mess around, you got anything going on? Anything you want to tell us about?
Are we talking about like anything like arguments or just like anything?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Anything funny. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. I just got one today, a big one. So my son had this little 4-wheeler thing, motorized 4-wheeler, hadn't rode it in 5 years. He's too big for it now. My mom put it on Facebook group for sale. Lady calls, offers money for it. Less than what we wanted. The girl calls me. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So I get home and I get the 4-wheeler out and get it ready. And like somebody's coming to buy it. It's telling the girlfriend. She's like, oh, really? How much? So I told her. She's like, what? That's not what I wanted. You're so disrespectful. You should have called me and asked me and told me or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I didn't because I knew you'd say no.
Yeah, I mean, money's money, man.
I was like that when I was little, where
and not only that, it's for going for a 2-year-old, and it was gonna make this 2-year-old's day, and it was it was $100 less than what she wanted for it, and I'm like, this thing is old. It's not. You're not gonna get. She wanted $175 for it. I'm like, you're not gonna get that for that. You're just not. Plus, we didn't have a charger for it. Lady had to go out and buy a charger for it.
Yeah. Sometimes the differences between male and female, or man and woman, the way that things are seen is just not the same. Definitely true. Chris, I hope you're listening. I hope you're paying attention. Couple of things that I was going to bring up tonight. So let's get into these real quick. Some things I saw on the internet. that was pretty great. So this one's kind of funny. It says, my wife just farted so loud she woke herself up, then turned over, hit me, called me disgusting. By the way, so this is what love is like after 18 years of marriage, boys.
18, that's exactly what I've got.
And knowing your significant other mess around, I could totally see that happening, by the way. For sure.
We're not married, but we've been together for 18 years. Might as well be married.
It doesn't matter. Married is that word. I don't even that word is not what it meant, what it used to be. Let's say that. So, things that you'll never hear a man say. I think I shared this with the group.
That was a good one.
Number 1, does this hunter's outfit make me look fat? Number 2, do you think he's prettier than me? Number 3, my wife never listens to me. Number 4, I'll have the light vinaigrette salad and a diet soda. Boys, why don't we go to the men's room and freshen up?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get right on that.
No, I didn't see the game last night. I was watching QVC. Looks like it's time to buy some new underwear.
Did Dragon Viper write these, or?
Right. Number 8. Okay, who left the toilet seat up? Number 9.
I got that one today.
Yeah, right. Number 9. I've got my father's thighs. And number 10, the dog. No, that was me. And then the last one I got for you, I thought this one was pretty good. A woman's on the phone and she's talking to her man, and she says, "Honey, the car's getting hot. What should I do?" And he says, "Well, just tell it you have a headache."
That's great.
That is great. Randy Cox says, "Wow, oh my God, LOL." Well, actually, he said, "Wow, OMG, LOL."
And then he says, "Therapy, no therapy can help me." Agreed.
Yeah, we agree with that for sure. That no therapy can help you. So, guys, tonight we're going to end the show tonight. Let's see, what's our favorite segment? What's you guys' favorite segment? Let's take a vote.
That's not it.
My favorite segment would be when Mess Around comes on and he's throwing at the computer. That's my favorite segment.
My favorite segment would probably have to be 2 truths and a lie.
Why? You always say 3 lies and no truths.
I know, that's why I said it.
All right, Chris, you're the deciding vote. What's it going to be?
We can do 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, wow.
Only because you're so good at it.
I know. That's why he likes it
That's
so
what
much.
sucks about that.
All right, so we're going to do 2 truths and a lie. And we're going to put Big B on the spot, and we're going to start with him.
All right. Let me see. God. Oh. Man, this is tough. I wasn't even thinking about this at all today.
I know I wouldn't
Yeah,
either, but
Let's see. I might have used this one already, but we'll see if you guys remember. My younger days, I was a DJ at a nightclub, and the owner named me DJ Banana. My favorite Nintendo game is Bases Loaded. And let me see. And I bowled a 300 once.
I'm gonna go with the first one's is truth and the last two are lies.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Wait, the first and third are lies, and the second one's true.
Well, since it's two truths and a lie, I'm going to say
You
that
threw me off.
I'm going to say that actually it's the second one that's a lie because I believe your favorite Nintendo baseball game was RBI Baseball.
Chris?
The first one was the truth.
And?
The other two, the second and
I
third
think
were
the second one's
false.
truth.
Or yeah.
It's two
the
truths
second
and a
one.
lie, guys. So there's
Yeah,
two truths and a lie.
So
Not two
actually-
The
lies.
first and
One
second
lie.
one are true.
Oh,
First and second one are true.
The first and second one are true? Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, I'll give you a second chance here.
let's see if I can get this right on the fourth try.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jesus, I'm drunk. Leave me alone. Just kidding. The first two are true, so the last one's a lie.
Yes, the first two are truths. No, Bases Loaded is one of my favorite games. It's one of those games where if you found like a Easter egg or whatever, found like that one pitcher, there's one pitcher on there that I could strike out all 27 batters. So, you know, it's always fun challenging people with that one. So, and yes, Tim can verify it too. When I was up in Michigan where I met Tim, the owner of the nightclub I DJ'd at for teens, I came in wearing yellow shorts, and the owner nicknamed me DJ Banana.
Sorry, Dragon Viper threw me off of this comment. Lie, truth, lie.
Yeah, Dragon Viper throws everyone off usually with a lot of stuff that he says.
Well,
so-
so does Dave when he gives us 3 truths and no lies.
Right?
I mean,
well, that's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of mess around, Dave, he's going now.
Oh, good
All right.
God. Let's do this. Okay. So, somebody stopped me to help jumpstart their car, and I told them to go to hell and drove off. Second one. Let's see. I've now gone 2 weeks without chewing. Third one, I had a 3.5 GPA in high school.
Well, I'll let Chris go first on this one.
all right, Chris, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the second one or second and 3 is true.
I'm going to say the first 2 are true because I think, Dave, we talked. I think you said on another show that you've gone a couple weeks without chewing. So I'll go first 2.
And I know the kind of person that Dave is. So I'm going to say that the first one's a lie because I really don't think he would have told anyone to go to hell if they asked for a jump start.
J-Mac's right.
Yeah, the 3.5 grade point average in school. That's cool.
Sure did.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah. And I did know that. And I doubted that he really went 2 weeks without. Yeah. So
I did recently quit for 4 days, but
there we go.
I
Okay,
started
cool,
back
Dave.
up because I realized I don't have the PTO to take the time off to get my surgery done. And that's the
Oh.
other reason I was quitting to begin with, to get surgery done.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. I'll go and we'll make Chris go last. So I will go now. And 2 truths and a lie. Let's see. The first car I had an 8-track player. Number 1. Number 2, Number 2 is that I own 5 sets of golf clubs. And the third one for Two Truths and a Lie is that I have never drank tequila in my life.
Ooh. See, I know if it was me, I'd be divorced if I owned 5 golf sets. I'll go 1 and 3.
Yeah, I'll go 1 and 3.
I'm gonna say 2 and 3 are true, and the first one's a lie.
Well, nobody got it right because the third one's a lie. I have drank tequila in my life. And I do own 5 sets of golf clubs.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I didn't own that many golf clubs, yeah.
crazy, huh? All right, Chris, you're up.
Alright. Let's see. First one is I once bowled a 150. My second one is I ran a 4.5 40-yard dash. And then my third one would be I once biked competitively.
Chris, I hate this game with you, man. So, I don't know. I think the second one's a lie, but I never can tell with you. So,
I'm gonna go with the first one's a lie and the last 3 are true.
I'm going to go with J-Mac. I think the middle one's a lie.
The last one was a lie. The first two were true.
see, that's why I hate this game with you.
Freaking Chris.
I mean, if we could crown a champion, Chris always wins this game.
He
because-
does. Yeah,
he's got
every
that.
time.
He's got that liar pause in the middle, like he's still thinking. You know,
Right?
even
Right?
though even when you told us before that we're going to play this game, he always had that pause in the middle.
Always.
Yeah.
Whether on the spot or not. And just real quick, I will tell you that Randy, so Dragon Viper did take a set of my golf clubs so that I didn't have 6. He is right about that.
Hey, Randy,
Well,
you might have got
technically, do
it
you have 6 still then, since you took it, or did you give it to him so then you have 5? Because if you took it, you still have 6.
I borrowed it to him. How about that?
Or did you lend it
Let's
to
go
him?
with that.
You
No,
landed
I borrowed
it.
it. No, I borrowed it to him.
Randy, you don't count. He said he's the only one who got it right. You don't count.
Yeah, you don't come. You don't count on. Let's come on the show.
Right. I know
That's
you got to
right.
be on the show. You got to be on the show for it to count.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't forget, we are very soon starting up the Four Bros back on Fridays, Mondays and Fridays during the NFL season. So let's not forget that that's coming up. Also, of course, we have OFW Wrestling on Thursdays. We eventually will have the women's football coming around again. If I knew more sports more, I would have been on there.
Dude, we don't talk just about sports. You know this.
Oh man, you know, Dragon Viper, you can come up with every reason in the book of not being on here. In the end, you just don't ever show up, you know, and you're whooped.
Yeah.
So that's fine. It is what it is. So
It
let's
is.
go around, give everyone 30, 45 seconds. Tell us what you want to tell us. We can get up on out here. Let's start with Big B.
All right. So coming up, first off, thanks for everybody for joining. It's always a great time doing this show. Please check out the rest of the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network shows starting tomorrow with On Deck and Between the Ropes and
Nope.
I
Tuesday
think-
Night Mania.
Tuesday Mania. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right, Dave. And then August 14th will be the season premiere of Morning Tailgate. It's getting more penciled in than it is getting erased. So check that out August 14th.
There we go.
All right, Crispy Bacon.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. Coast to Coast is growing. We're on pretty much every platform you can think of. Uh, just check out Coast to Coast for all of our great shows.
All right, mess around.
I'm pleased to announce that I'm going to bed.
There it is.
I'm
He's
just
going to
kidding.
bed.
What I really wanted to say was, when football comes back around, you'll see lunchtime with Best Round again.
There we go.
Because, as we all know, I like the other sports, but the Bears are my passion. I can talk about them all day.
Oh,
We
we
love
know.
the Bulls, the White Sox, but the Bears are my thing. So once football comes back around, Mondays at noon, lunchtime with me.
Lunchtime with Mess Around. We can't wait for that. The season premiere of Lunchtime with Mess Around. All right. Well, here's what I want to say to Dragon Viper, who says that he would have come on the show tonight. Last time I checked, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, he is still part of our group chat. And
Yep.
we put the link in there every time that we're on. And all he has to do is click the little link and he can be on. So the fact that you would have come on tonight and you didn't says that you wouldn't have come on tonight anyway.
Yeah.
So,
He probably fumbled the link like the Cowboys did.
yeah, right?
You know, Brandy, we would gladly trade the Cowboys for Brittany Griner.
Yeah, let's steer clear of that situation.
I saw that on a meme. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Personally, I would gladly trade Troy Aikman in the Hall of Fame for Brittany Griner. But
Oh, the guy that doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame?
yeah, that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oi. He says oi. Yeah. He knows it's true though. That's why he never has a comeback for it because he knows it's true. He knows that we're not lying.
Well,
If I'm lying, I'm dying, and I ain't shed a tear.
Right.
Let's just say that. So, thanks for joining us tonight. Myself, J-Mac, Mess Around, Double Dirty, Big B, Crispy Bacon. We all appreciate you so much. Lifelong dreams being lived in front of your very eyes. We could not do this without you. Like, share, comment. Get us out there. We're about 2,500 strong now on the network. Let's keep those numbers going.
And we're on the Fire Stick too, right?
And we are on the Amazon Fire Stick. I always forget that, and I'm glad you brought that up. So we're on Amazon Fire Stick under Coast to Coast Network. And so check us out on there on Amazon on the Fire Stick. That's our newest platform. We could all not thank you all very much, and we will see you all on the other side.